So greetings from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania once again. So let's continue our day, me and John, our day here in Gettysburg. And we are at the Abraham Trostle farm. And there's something of real interest here. Up on that farm, up on that side of the barn, there is a cannonball hole right inside the barn. It's still there today. Yeah, so this is where Abraham Trostle, his son lived here, Peter, and his Peter's wife Catherine, I think 9 children lived here. Of course, at the beginning of the battle, they were forced out of their home by the Union troops. Of course, that's what happened during most battles. You know, people were forced out of their homes. This became General Sickles, I think it was Major General. His Sickles, his headquarters was here, and because the family left so quickly that they left their dinner on the table, and then Sickles and his staff ate their dinner then. So that's the way it went sometimes. But this was his headquarters, and a lot of brutal fighting happened here. I think the 9th Massachusetts Artillery was here as well, and they suffered heavy losses here. I think there's a sign up there that mentions out of the 88 horses that were here to pull the artillery pieces, these cannons back here, 80 of them were killed here. In fact, when the Trostles came back after the battle was over, they found just 16 dead horses alone in their front yard, and a bunch, you know, the rest were scattered throughout the farm. So a lot happened here. But we're gonna walk around the place a little bit. This is also where Sickles lost his arm. He was wounded here at this battle. We'll take a closer look at that hole in the barn. A Confederate cannonball. Here's the actual house. I think you can't actually go in. It's a private residence. Pretty cool to see. Yeah, that's the fate that a lot of homes, you know, not just Gettysburg, but a lot of battles, not just even during the Civil War, but a lot of battles, you know, the armies took over the houses and used them. And then when the family came back, they found most all their stuff was destroyed or looted. That's the way it was. Yeah, they have a little monument here for the 9th Massachusetts Battery. Yeah, they didn't really have any infantry support or anything, just kind of put here to do what they could. Kind of biding time for other forces on the battlefield. Let's get a closer look at that cannonball hole. Okay, so right up there it is. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's cool that they left it there. Right there it is. Right through the brickwork. Yeah, I find it fascinating just to see that that's still there after all these years. If I have a little more information up here about it. Keep my shadow out of the way. Yeah, to read about that. Talk about the 9th Massachusetts, ordered to hold at all hazard, buying time for Union troops to occupy Cemetery Ridge. Yeah, here it talks about, 80 of the 88 horses were killed here. There's a picture of the unexploded cannonball that they found, or the shell, inside the barn. It's displayed at the Gettysburg Museum of the American Civil War. That's cool. So it never actually exploded, it just went through the barn. Wow. Alright, there's a monument up here I want to check out. I think that's where maybe Sickles was wounded. Let's go check that out. Yeah, I guess I should mention where this is. This is on what's called U.S. Avenue, I think. Just north of Wheatfield Avenue. It's right, not too far from the Peach Orchard is where this is located, which is another place of heavy fighting. I did a video on there a number of years ago, haunted video there. So it's one of those haunted places in the park, the Peach Orchard. Yeah, so right here's the monument, just up from the barn. But this is where he was wounded. It's hard to read on there, but I can see Major General, let's see, Sickles, but I'm pretty sure this is where he was wounded. So he's probably standing here, just kind of surveying the area. I think Confederate troops were advancing from that direction over there. And it's probably where he was shot. I think he lost his arm because of that. Yeah, so just another little piece of history here at Gettysburg. I actually never knew about this barn with that, you know, cannonball hole in it. It's actually pretty fascinating. I like the fact that they left it there instead of just, you know, patching it up. It's still there. That's pretty cool. I never knew about it till a couple days ago when I started doing a little bit of research because I knew me and John would be coming down here. Yeah, just makes the Civil War a little more personal. You know, you think about the families that lived here in this area. I mean, this place, it's a beautiful place. I mean, before the battle, people just were going about their lives. They're farming and everything, and then one of the biggest battles on American soil was fought here, and you know, they didn't see that coming, and it you know, their lives were damaged by it as well. And once again, there's just one last look at that hole up there from the cannonball. Alright, so that'll be it for this video, but we're going to keep on filming, stopping at some other places here in Gettysburg. We're doing a number of videos here, but I think we're going to stop at what's called the George Weichert Farm next. It's just down the road here. Some interesting, bit gory, brutal history happened there too. It's one of the field hospitals, but we'll talk about that when we get there. I'm not sure where else we'll stop at either day. Anyway, as always, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you somewhere else here in Gettysburg, hopefully.